So welcome back to the channel that is more undecided than it's ever been about what it's trying to be, or what it wants to be, not what it's trying to be, because it's not trying to be anything. I think that's the problem. Anyway, I hope people enjoyed the last video on the Golf GTI, the Mark 1 Golf GTI that I did a little review on. And thank you to everybody who hit subscribe and like on that. The likes and the subscriptions really help me out with the algorithm on YouTube, on being found, on getting more views, on being recommended, on coming up on lists where people are searching for something. So hit like, hit subscribe, and hopefully I'll get to a point where I'll be able to report back after I've been able to turn monetization on. But in the meantime, I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's watched the previous videos and watched them to the end and left a comment, especially the ones who left the words that I'd said at the end of the video, which are all Blackadder themed. And I'm just going to go through, there's a few of them. So I think it was Discombobulated and Moist were the last couple. So I'm just going to go through the names. JD, Mark Dempsey, Kid Fresh 1, Lee Buckles, Dom Squadrito, Stephen Whale, John Navarro, Mark Dempsey, Andrew Ragg, who else? Phil H, Steve Wright. Is that Steve Wright from radio? Steve Wright in the afternoon. Casa 1969, CSB 8373. Who else? I think that's all of them. Todd, Stone City Outlaw, thank you always. Usman Bashir, Mike Buckley, T4 Direct, Jonathan Forrest, Phil H again, Steve Quilter, Grant Walker, who's Bahama Mellow Yellow on Instagram. Check out his car, very cool. And Mark, Pissed on Petrol, very cool Instagram account for him as well. And I think I've done all the others. Ellie Zone, Paul McAleer. I think that's everybody. Oh no, Taz 7375 and Matt Baptiste. I think that's it. Brilliant. Oh, Mark Canis. I don't think I mentioned Mark before. Andy P. Anthony Pryor. I think that's everybody. I know it's not riveting viewing, but I really wanted to say thank you to all of those people. Now, I have not used the 911. I'm about to go on a milk run. I have not used the 911 for quite a few days. And it's parked at a funny angle, so let's just see what it does. No point in checking the oil, because waiting for that because of the angle that it's parked at. Those timing chain guides make a lot of noise when I first started up. Now, but let's hit the road and see where it takes us. Well, to get some milk, hopefully. So what I wanted to talk about was buying a new car. Not a new car, another car. Now, if you go take the normal process, so you know, someone advertises a car, be it on Auto Trader or eBay or something like that. eBay is a bit of a wild west, actually. There's some people who, you know, obviously are genuine and trying to sell their car, and there's some people who I don't know what they're doing. I saw a couple of Porsche Boxsters on Auto Trader, and they were reasonably priced, I thought, and I thought I could maybe go and, well, I wasn't going to go and see them, I was just going to buy them. And what I did was I messaged the guy and I said, look, I'm interested in buying your car, but can I buy it without coming to see it? And he was really far up north, and it was, I think, £2,500. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy it. It didn't have air conditioning, it had a tear in the roof, and the paint was quite bad, but it had an MOT and it worked. So I thought, you know what, I'll just buy it and I'll get it trailered home. And I said to him, I spoke to him and I said, I'll just transfer you the money. Can I just get it picked up? And he went, well, you should really come and see it. And I thought, well, it's like hours each way. And, you know, it's not like I'm trying to con him. He'll have my money. I don't know the guy. I'm just phoning someone up and saying, can I transfer you £2,500 and come and get the car picked up? And he said, no, I think you should come and see it. So anyway, I try and organise going up there, getting a train. So I call him up and I say, look, I'm going to come and see it that same day. So I say, I'm going to come and see it, and I'll get a train ticket. And he says, okay. I'll go and buy a train ticket, and I confirm which train I'll be getting off, because then we're emailing via the Auto Trader app. And I confirm which, and he replies back saying, sorry mate, it's sold. Now, there's nothing wrong with him selling the car, but he did not. So when I checked, he'd sold it earlier that day, in between me saying, let me get a train ticket. He could have just phoned me and said, the car's sold, don't get the train ticket. So I forked out over 100 quid, or 100 quid I can't afford, on a train ticket, and the car was gone. And that's happened twice. And the other one was where people don't respond at all, and you just think you can't. They're not answering the phone, they're not replying to emails, and I suspect that's more to do with the fact that they've sold the car and they just can't deal with people contacting them instead of just replying saying sorry, it's sold. So then you're left with eBay. So on eBay, there's so many dodgy ads where someone's just stolen somebody else, genuine person's ad, put it on, put all the text on, and you know, because they've got zero ratings, and there's also they give a dodgy location and stuff like that. So I just don't understand what they're trying to achieve. But so now there's a few left on eBay that I can't go and see because they're too far. There's not enough time between now and the end auction for me to go and see it. So I don't really know what to do. There's a guy I've been messaging, and he sounds genuine, and the car does need work, and I mean, that might be a reasonably priced one, but reasonably priced, I don't know, is it going to work? I don't know. I mean, obviously he's telling me that it'll start up, which I believe him, but he hasn't used it in a long time. So starting up and then using it are two different things, because I want to be able to just jump in the car and start using it. So anyway, that's where we are at the moment. I thought about getting what do you call those, a cheap estate car, and again, it was the same old thing. You know, someone so locally, it wasn't an estate car actually, someone locally was selling a Golf Mark IV, which was very much like my old Golf V5. It was a GTI from 2001, possibly the worst Golf GTI I ever made, but I had the same shape Golf Mark IV V5, which I loved, had that for 10 years, and it looked exactly the same, and it was local, and I would have gone and bought that, but missed out on that. But then a friend of mine said, well, actually, why don't we fix up my Land Rover Series 2, which needs a new diesel pump, John, and we can use that, and he needs to clear his garden, I need to clear my garden. I could do a review of the car, which would be great while I'm going to the tip. By the way, I did go to the tip. Obviously everyone in the UK knows, is the refuse centre, the tip, the civic amenity site, everyone in the UK knows that's where, if you've got tons of garden rubbish or you're getting rid of something from home, that's where you drive to and you're able to dump all your stuff legally. And what's it called in the US, where you go and throw all your rubbish? There's a name for it and it's completely slipped my mind. I don't know why I always think of the tires on fire in Springfield in The Simpsons, but it's not that. There's a name for it. Oh, it's gonna come to me. I'll probably put it along the bottom when I look it up later. So anyway, I did that in my 912. There were lots of garden rubbish. It was stacked all around me. I'll insert a little video in here, and I did that. I went to throw all that rubbish away, and I thought, should I just use this car? But no, you can't, because the stuff in my garden, it's just so much stuff. I can't use this because it won't fit in here. I can't use the 912 or the MGB. The MGB I haven't used in, oh God knows what, over a year. I've seen it twice when I've gone to get my 912 and it's parked not far from it. But and the Golf I don't want to use, Golf R, because it's a new car and it will get completely trashed, which is why I was going to use buy an old estate car. But with this Land Rover, it's kind of what it's made for, and it doesn't have soft furnishings inside, so you can just, you know, wash it down, clean it down, and it's as good as new again. And also, I've always wanted to drive one. I've never actually driven one, and I've only been in a very new one, not new, very new, like a 2005 model, a Defender. So that'll be interesting. But other than that, I'm really, and also I feel a bit flat this week. I don't know why that is. Just really flat. In my mind, in my energy, everything. And at one point I was thinking, well, should I just go and get a job? How am I going to grow my channel? I'm not doing anything on Instagram. I'm not growing my Instagram followers. I'm not doing anything interesting. Oh, I'm just driving past the Porsche garage. And what's the next leap? But I mean, I did have a nice time talking to Michael on the Porsche podcast. By the way, check that out. I should have said that at the beginning. Check out the Porsche podcast from the Friday one. Steve couldn't make it, and I stepped in at the last minute. It probably shows, so I apologise for that. But I always love catching up with Michael, and we had a lovely chat, and I felt quite embarrassed that I didn't know what Lady Godivas were. I thought they were boobs. Apparently they're fivers, Lady Godivas, which makes more sense. But I thought Lady Godiva, nude, boobs. It's a fairly logical leap. It's not even a leap conclusion, but anyway, that's all I'm going to say at the moment. The video's really long again. What I'll do is, another word. I can't remember if I used the word speckled. I don't think I have I? Speckled is the word. I hope I haven't used it before. Speckled as in Speckled Jim, the fine, plump-breasted pigeon of Lord Melchett. Speckled. That's the word. Thank you for watching, and yes, again, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching.